Hello, my name is Philip Tirone with Evergreen Financial Counseling. Klarna, Affirm, PayPal, these buy here, pay later accounts, are they included in bankruptcy? I'm here with Shawn Devries. Shawn, how you doing?
Good, Phil. Thank you very much for having me again.
Bankruptcy attorney from Florida, and I want to unpack these buy now, pay later firms, right? These things that are naturally on all these websites. Oh, buy now, pay over 3 payments, 6 payments, whatever they are. Affirm, Klarna, PayPal. Are those included when you file bankruptcy?
Absolutely. But here's what's important.
Yeah.
If you're filing bankruptcy, you need to tell your attorney or whoever's filing your petition for you that you have these debts to make sure that they get notified. Because the Klarna, the PayPal, the Affirm, they don't show up on your credit report. So if an attorney's pulling your credit report to add your creditors, don't forget to tell them about these additional creditors that may not be on your credit report because you want to make sure that they are included on the petition so they get notice.
So what if you have a Klarna account or an Affirm or whatever it is, and you don't tell your bankruptcy attorney, you file bankruptcy and you forget about it?
Yeah, great question. So it really depends on whether this is, and this is going to go into this is a great question, but it's going to go a little deep here. So if it's a Chapter 7, and if it's an asset case, meaning you're going to have to sell or give away some of your assets to the trustee to help pay some of your credit or pay
Mhm.
some of your debt.
Right.
If you don't include the Klarna, the PayPal, the Affirm, and there's money to pay creditors and they're not included in that batch of money to pay creditors,
Right.
then that debt can stay with you.
Okay.
However, if it's a no asset case, meaning that you don't, that based on your state exemptions, there are no assets available to pay your creditors, then the overarching rule is any debt that you had prior to that bankruptcy gets discharged in that bankruptcy.
Even if
But
you don't list, even if you don't list it.
even if you don't list it,
Yeah.
but there are extra steps later that you're going to have to deal with because they won't know that you
Yeah.
filed bankruptcy. So they may file a lawsuit against you.
Mhm.
And now you're defending a lawsuit saying it should have been included in the bankruptcy.
Got it.
So that's why it's always really important that you tell your bankruptcy attorney about these accounts, even though they're not on your credit report.
Yeah, because Klarna, Affirm, PayPal, fill in the blank, they're not listed on the credit report, and that's why they're missed often. So if it's an asset 720 case, then it you need to include it. It's much more important to tell the bankruptcy attorney than if it's a no asset case. Bottom line is talk to the bankruptcy attorney. On a Chapter 13, obviously you're gonna have to include it. And when I say obvious, it's not may not be obvious, but in the Chapter 13, you need to tell the bankruptcy attorney as well, because with a Chapter 13, you're paying back part or all of your debt over 5 years, so it's important. But the bottom
Right.
line is,
And Phil, it's the same as like a Chapter 7, where that debt could continue if you don't include it in that Chapter 13 payment plan.
right. So, I
Right.
mean, in a nutshell, Klarna, Affirm, PayPal, fill in the blank of the buy now, pay later bankruptcies, the buy now, pay later type loans, they can be included in the bankruptcy. And that's really important for our listeners because we get this comment often. People have racked up thousands and thousands of dollars in these buy here, pay later loans because they're so easy. They're on like every website now. I mean, these companies are worth like $1 billion, and you wonder why. They give people loans, and some of the people, they clearly are not qualifying correctly because they just get them deeper and deeper underwater.
The only other caution or warning I'm going to tell any listener out here, once you decide to file bankruptcy, don't go out and rack up your credit card debt and your buy now, pay later stuff because that'd be committing bankruptcy fraud, and you don't want to go down that route.